Hi everyone, my name is Jacqueline Reid and I just wanted to welcome you to our call tonight. If you are here for the live event or the recording, I want to say first of all a big thank you for taking the time to come and see what we're up to. We're not here to impress you, but we're here to impress upon you that life can certainly be better, and often all it takes is the ability to think outside of the box. I want to share my story with you in a bit because bottom line, I wanted to have more choices. Whether you work for traditional business or own a traditional business, you would be quick to tell me, like I would tell you, owning your life does not fit with either of these models. It took me a while, a long time, to realize that that probably wouldn't be my outcome for the job that I wanted. I'll be honest with you, when I came to look at this, although I knew a fair bit about the Juice Plus products, I was still very skeptical. I honestly didn't know if this was going to be my thing. But I came in with an open heart and an open mind to consider maybe there's something better out there for me. And I hope that you today, as you're tuning in live or watching the recording. For many of us, traditional business is a great learning experience. But there comes a time for many of us where our values are torn between being ambitious, successful, getting ahead financially, and our families. I want you to consider the perspective that our world has changed a lot in the last 10 to 20 years. I'm sure you could agree with me, especially the way we come across products and services. With the rise of technology, some of our behaviors are drastically different to those of our parents' generation. Yet, many of us are still living the life we saw them live, trading time for money, trying to get ahead in the world that is so different. What I love about the Juice Plus company is that it's certainly a company that is moving with the times. This event right now is a perfect example of that. So what I want to do is kick us off and share a little bit about the Juice Plus products. So we have our capsules. So we have veggie, fruit, and berries. We also have our omegas. I'll explain that in a minute. So it's a pretty simple person. I'm a simple person, and Juice Plus makes sense to simple people like me. So, 1 second here. These are the foundation of our very narrow product line. It's literally 30 fruits and vegetables and berries that are grown to its peak vine ripeness with non-GMO, pesticide, herbicide free. It's all that important stuff. It's then blended into a capsule or soft chew. That's it. That is Juice Plus. Simple. I have yet to meet someone who doesn't know that fruits, vegetables, or berries are what they are, or that they could get more of them into their life every day. We are certainly passionate about health, but we don't get it right every day. I certainly do not. I'm not the greatest eater. And I love that Juice Plus helps bridge that gap. It's not to replace fruits and vegetables. It's there to simply bridge the gap of what we're actually eating, what we're not getting. We have an awesome program called Healthy Starts for Families. One of the things I love about Juice Plus is that we can sponsor a child for free. When an adult is taking the fruit and veggie or the fruit veggie berry capsules, you have the opportunity to sponsor a child. It doesn't matter. They don't have to be your own kids. You can sponsor anyone who's age 4 to 18 or in post-secondary. So as long as the adult is taking the product, the child or post-secondary student can get it for up to 4 years. Right now, I'm kind of going to share a little bit about my story. So my story started, I was told about Juice Plus 4 years ago. It took me a year to actually realize that my body was lacking nutrition. I actually met Maria at a spray park in St. Albert, and I actually met her through a girlfriend there, and she heard me talking about how tired I was. At the time, I was pregnant with my second, and my little boy was like 1, so he was just like so higher energy and like driving me crazy and I had like no energy. It was absolutely brutal. And all she could hear me say is how tired I was. So she simply said, "Hey, have you heard of Juice Plus?" And those words, they didn't really make much sense to me because I was like, no, not really. But it's funny because my mom used to give it to me when I was a kid. So fast forward, what happened is it took me about a year to actually try the products. She loved on me for a year. She just simply took my number and just loved on me. And eventually I decided to try them. My son suffered with really bad eczema. He doesn't have eczema anymore. It's amazing. Also, I had really bad digestive issues, and they cleared themselves up as well. And so that was really awesome. And I just really noticed more energy. So it was incredible. So yeah, that's my story. We also have our product complete line. So we have shakes. So we have our French vanilla and we have our Dutch chocolate. They're incredible shakes. So it's a macronutrient product. These are amazing complete shakes. Okay, so they're great for balancing our carbs, proteins, and fats. They are essential to fat loss. I did not know that. Muscle building and all those sorts of things that people are looking for. It's often said in fitness that it is 20% exercise and 80% nutrition. I didn't really understand that, but I'm starting to get that now, that you can't out-train a bad diet. So an example with our shakes versus another shake is that there's a lot of shakes out on the market right now, but what I'm learning is that a lot of them actually don't have much research behind them, which is kind of scary. Ours are amazing because we have NSF certification on all of our products, and I love that. And so I can give it to my kids as well. Ours is a soy based. So the difference between our soy and other stuff, I know you probably are thinking a lot of shakes, well, soy is not very good for you. And that is true that non-GMO and cold water washed is actually good for you. There's a lot of studies out there that says it supports great health. But the other stuff is not good. With these, you don't have to worry about the extra things like men growing like their chests too big or whatever. And I've seen it. I know people personally who take this shake and they're men and they're very fit and they get the results that they want and they love. Okay, so we also have complete bars as well. So our bars are delicious. I love the chocolate one. I do not have the fruit nut one because it's not my favorite, but it's right here. So they're also awesome. This one's fig and dark chocolate. They're great to have as a snack or like after a workout. I love that. Also, we have our omegas. So this is our newest product. It is completely plant-based omega. So it's very different than other omegas on the market. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but fish actually don't produce omegas. I did not know that. They get them from the food that they eat. So ours is going straight to the source, and it's in a vegan capsule, which is quite revolutionary. I'm sure you would agree. I don't know of any other omegas out there that aren't fish-based. They're all fish-based, sorry. I've never seen one that's a vegan one. And me, myself, I don't like fish, and so I would not take them. Even in my pregnancy, they're like, you have to take it for your 3rd trimester, and I think I took it a handful of times because I just could not eat them. They just gave me really gross, nasty fish burps. With these, you do not have that. So yeah, they're great. So yeah, I love it that we have a vegan omega, and they just help bridge the gap in what we're not getting with our omegas. We also have our Shred 10 program. It's awesome. When you decide to try the products, you get this whole added package. So we will, it's a program that's free that includes eating guides, recipes, and amazing support online. to help you get the results that you're looking for. I've done it and I loved it. I've done it like twice in my life, but the 2 times that I did it, I felt amazing. It is kind of hard because they want you to, it's just eliminating things that aren't the greatest for you, like gluten, dairy, processed foods, refined sugar. They really tell you to focus on your sleep, just getting more whole foods into your body. You're not supposed to have caffeine or alcohol as well. So that's a really great program. We also, I'm really excited about the Tower Garden. So I'm just going to show you mine really quick. I actually just bought rock wool and I'm going to be planting it. So that's what it looks like. It's an aeroponic growing system and you can grow anything that's not a root vegetable. It has grow lights, so you don't have to turn it on and off. It has setting and it also will turn itself on and water itself. So it's pretty easy. I've never really had a garden ever in my life, but this is just a really simple way to get garden produce in your house. Let's see what else here. So for some of you, I know you love science. There's so much science on our products. We're the most researched whole food based product in the world. You can get with the person who invited you to learn more. But for me, it's more about the stories. It's about the stories, the results that people have gotten, and I'm so excited to share some of those with you. So I'm gonna see if Carmen is on. Yes, she is. Brett, do you wanna unmute her?
Carmen, you're unmuted.
Hi guys, so I'm currently sitting in my vehicle. I was just volunteering, so I was trying to get on the call while I was volunteering, but I figured I'd just sit in my vehicle before I drive anywhere. But thanks, Jacqueline, for having me on. I'm super nervous being on video, but I'll try my best. So what I love about this program, this product, I guess, is that Jacqueline introduced this to me like years ago, but her husband's really good friends with my brother, and over the years I was like, nope, and I was always tired at my brother's place, and they were having functions, and I didn't know why I was so tired. I just thought, well, because I work out. I was like, I work all day as a manager of a bank at the time, and I just thought maybe my sleep's catching up to me, and I also play Australian rules football, so if not a lot of people know that it's a very extreme sport. It's not rugby, it's a full contact sport, so I've been playing that for 10 years. I've been fortunate enough to be on Team Canada twice and Team Alberta once. But I was always just so tired from training, and I was working out 4 days a week, and I was just feel like I was just always tired after training. I didn't have any energy, and I didn't know why I was eating properly. So I finally, about 6 months ago, about 7 months ago, Jacqueline and I were having Thanksgiving dinner together at my brother's place, and she told me about this product, and I said, sure, I'll just come to an event with you and see what it's all about. I'm very skeptical about trying things in my body, but I was also willing to give it a shot and just listen to what people had to say. And so basically I went to this convention. I was fortunate enough to meet Brett and Sarah, and so I met these people, and I just like loved it right away. And so Jacqueline and I signed up, and I started taking the capsules, and within the first few weeks, I started noticing things different with my body. Also, I was fighting viral bronchitis at the time, which I did not know. So taking my Juice Plus capsules and also being on like penicillin and a puffer for the very first time while fighting this was a challenge for me. So what I noticed was I just had more energy. I wasn't sore. I had really sharp shooting pains in my shoulder for over maybe 3 or 4 years because I worked in front of a computer. I was always standing at my desk, or I was always standing at the front line, and it never went away, but I started taking the capsules, and right away I started noticing a change. I had more energy. I was sleeping better. What else? I just felt so good about myself. And just when I was working out, I noticed I wasn't sore anymore. I wasn't taking me like 3 or 4 days to heal for recovery times. I was literally feeling fine the next day, where my girlfriends were like, oh my God, I'm still sore, but then I wasn't. So I started thinking, maybe this is helping me. Maybe this is what's working. And what I loved about it is I also, when I was in Mexico, I was taking the Juice Plus, and I was noticing my body was recovering better. I was getting better. Even though I was still on antibiotics for bronchitis, I just felt like I was getting back to myself. I was having my energy. And on top of that, I got my mom and my dad hooked on it. I told my parents, you need to be around, you need to be around for your grandchildren. I don't have any children, but I have a niece. And I was able to support my niece, which was really awesome because she's been sick. She goes to daycare. If anyone has children knows that kids get sick, they get germs. And I wanted Elle to not be sick and miss daycare or miss kindergarten. So I got my niece signed up on that for sponsoring. And my dad actually suffered a stroke while we were in Mexico. And try not to cry. That was the hardest thing for me because we were having dinner. And he did not know he had a stroke because it was just in his eye. And I didn't know you could get a stroke in your eye. We just thought he had something in his eye. And he's like, Carmen, I can't see, I'm blurry. And I was like, well, just wash it out when you get home. And we went to the hospital the next day, and the doctor's like, you suffered a stroke. So at that time, I didn't know what to do with my dad because I was in Mexico getting ready to come home after Christmas, and he was still staying there. So my dad came home in January, and Jacqueline was over one day. We were all just talking, and I was talking to my dad about it. He noticed I was taking these, and he was asking me about it, and I finally told him. And so he went for it, and he's like, yeah, I'll try it. And within a month, he noticed he had more energy, his knees weren't hurting, and he had a black spot in his eye when he suffered a stroke. He's never going to get his eyesight back. He's partially blind, but it's better than being fully blind in his right eye. But the black spot's not there anymore. My dad won't admit to it this day. His friends tell me, but I know that the products have been helping him. And my dad just loves the product. He raves about it. Now that he's home from Mexico, he takes his shakes every day. I got him hooked on the shakes, which he loves. So he's taking that every day and his capsules and everything. So he's noticing that he's just being himself like he was before. So that's great. And my mom, I got her hooked on it too. She just was noticing a lot of arthritic pain in her arms, and she fell a couple of years ago and she never really healed. And she says that now that she's on it, she doesn't have arthritis anymore. She doesn't feel that sharp shooting pain in her knee or in her wrist. So my parents, I truly believe this product does work. It has helped me the past 6-7 months. I don't go a day without it. My parents neither do as well either. And I've just recently got a cold, and I've been trying to fight this cold. And normally I would get congested and have that fogginess feeling, but I'm not. I actually just had the cough and the running nose, and that's it. So for me to be sick is usually I'm out for the count. But the fact that this product has been helping me, I truly believe that it has done wonders for me. I had surgery a few months ago, and the doctor told me it would take 6 weeks to heal. I was healed in 3 weeks, and I just knew my body was changing, and I didn't realize, the doctor said, you can't do any activity for 6 weeks. You can't do any exercise, no running, no biking, and that's my hardest thing for me to do is just sit down and not do anything. If anyone knows me, I'm a very active person, and I do not like sitting down at home. So the fact that I was able to, my body was healing within 3 weeks' time was so much easier for me, and I loved it. So I truly believe that this product has helped me, and everyone is different. But like I said, it has helped me, and I'm glad I'm part of this business. I'm growing this business, and the fact that I can take it whenever I travel anywhere and just talk to people about it. An example would be tonight. I was at the seniors home, and this gentleman's like, what are you taking? And I happen to be having one of my bars. And he's like, oh, can I try some? So he wants to know more about this product. And he's like a person just being at a seniors home, and he wants to hear about it because he was having chronic back pain. So the fact that I can just share this product with anybody, whether it's in a hospital, nursing home, just talking to people, I just feel like this is my go-to product, and I don't live a day without it. So the fact that Jacqueline got me on board this year, even though she fought me for 2 years trying to get on this product, I finally took the bullet, and I wanted to be healthier, and I'm healthier, I'm stronger. I've just noticed things different in my body. My hair is growing a lot more. I had my hair cut months ago, and I've noticed my hair is healthy. I just feel much better, and my moods have changed. That's all that I can say about the product is I love it, and I love sharing it with people. And the fact that my family is taking it, my mom and my dad, we're approaching their 70s, and I want them to be around for when I have kids. is the fact that they're noticing this as well too. And that's my story.
Thank you so much, Carmen. It's hard not to get teary-eyed. Oh my goodness. To think if I wouldn't have shared it with you.
Yeah.
Just so wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing it, girl.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could.
Awesome. So now we're going to transition to the business. We are definitely equal as passionate about the business for the product. Sometimes it's changed our lives more. It's hard to believe that, but my friend Megan is going to share about the business. Take it away, girl.
All right. Hi, guys. Thanks, Jacqueline. My name's Megan. Yeah, wow. Thank you, guys, Carmen and Jacqueline, for sharing your guys' stories. That was awesome. That's actually one of my favorite parts of these webinars, is listening to your guys' stories and just hearing the impacts that, you know, just a simple 30 plus veggies and fruits and veggies a day can do, you know, for your whole life. So that's awesome. You know, and if any of that resonated with any of you, and it, you know, it's starting to make sense, I, you know, highly recommend you should just give it a try. You kind of have nothing to lose. So like I said, if anything resonates with you, try to get in contact with the person who invited you tonight, and they can certainly help you with that if you wanted to get started. All right, so now we're going to segue into a little bit about the business. I love the business. I'm still fairly new to it, but it has certainly changed a lot for me just within the first, I'm just under a year now, actually. So a little bit about myself. I'm actually a personal trainer. So I'm kind of self-employed. I'm my own boss. So having this business has really kind of helped me give that extra security and that extra little comfort, financially speaking, because it's not always easy starting, since I'm fairly new to training as well. So having, you know, something on the side that at first started kind of just as a hobby, kind of is, you know, growing to something much more, but it's been giving me that a little bit of extra financial freedom and stability that, you know, has just been helping me pay the bills, or, you know, going on little trips here and there, or anything like that. Or if anything comes up, I know just within the last few weeks, a couple of things that I didn't realize were gonna happened, but I still had that extra little blanket there. So, you know, it's been so great. So it's been relieving a little bit of my anxiety and worry, you know, with my finances. So the next thing I kind of want to get into is skepticism. One of the biggest things I find, especially when I start talking to people about the business, is people being skeptical. And, you know, that's totally normal. I think if you weren't skeptical, I would be a little bit worried, actually, to be honest with you. I know I was skeptical when this business was first brought up to me. So the first thing I want to address is the difference between a traditional business and our business. In most traditional businesses, or if you work like for a big company or an organization, the reality of it is it's cutthroat, you know, even in the line of work that I do. So the further you want to get yourself up the ladder, the more competitive it becomes. Like I said, especially with my line of work too, if you want to be like top trainer, you know, it's kind of like dog eat dog world out there. And also staff loyalty. So sticking with the same company isn't what it used to be, unfortunately, for a lot of people, and that's kind of sad to say. The same companies easily outsourced outside their companies, making it difficult for the in-house employees to move up. So basically, you know, gone are the days from working for yourself from the bottom to the top of the company. It's quite difficult. You know, you have your employees and your managers and your CEO. A lot of the time you can't reach the top of it. You're kind of stuck within your bracket, and there's not much moving up from there. And, you know, that's one of the things I love about our company, is that we all start out as equals. So it doesn't matter, you know, where you're from, how much money you are, what you do. We all start from the bottom, start all on the same plane, and then we all have the same opportunity to grow. It all depends on what you put into the business. The more you put in, the more you grow. And yeah, we all have the ability to work ourselves up through different rankings, and like any company, but the difference is that there's no limitation, which is amazing. there's definitely the sky is the limit, honestly, with this. Everyone can get to the top if they want to, put in the work to do so. So the pinnacle position in our business is what we call National Marketing Director. It's very common for people to reach this, actually, which is awesome. And once you've reached this position, one has in order to reach this position, you have to help other people, though. That's another great thing about this is, it's not just you rising to the top. In order for you to get to the top, you have to help people build their businesses as well. So, we're all helping each other in this. And, that's another great thing, too, is you are building friendships. You are building this whole group of people working together towards one goal and all helping each other in the process. So the second thing, I was quite skeptical about a business like this because the only way I thought you had to be successful was you had to go hunt down people, like you go into the malls and you have people kind of like grabbing at you, being very sales pitchy. That's kind of what I thought you had to do in this business. But luckily, that is not the case for this at all. It's more about helping people and just sharing your story. Just like, Jacqueline and Carmen, they are literally just sharing what, they got through the product. We just want to help people. And that's one thing that I value so much, especially like, as I said, a personal trainer, that's what I want to do. I want to help people health-wise, and that's all what we're doing is just helping and sharing. So we get to help people in two distinct areas. One area is we get to help people in health. So I think we can all agree that there are so many people out there that are looking to take their health to the next level. And it's actually crazy how many people are getting sick now, how unhealthy everyone is. It's sad. So, by recommending a program like this, recommending our products, just from my own personal experience and the experience of others, this is simply what we're doing, just sharing it. So when I first took a look at this and decided I wanted to give it a try, there were a few people that I thought of, like right at the top of my head, that could benefit from it and that were looking, to better their health. So I knew people who wanted to lose weight, people who struggle with their energy. That was a huge thing. Allergies, constipation, eczema. There's so many different things. I've heard their stories and I just took a genuine interest in them. That's literally it. Just listening to them, listening to their needs. I found out that they were still looking for a solution. And then I recommended the product and the program, and that's about it. No, grabbing, going for hunting, pegging people down. It's just literally listening and sharing, hearing that need, and just extending a helping hand. And then the other side of our business is that we get to help people from a lifestyle and financial point of view. So I don't know many people that an extra $500 to $1,000 or even $2,000 a month doesn't make a difference for. I know a lot of families where an extra income would make a huge difference. Like I said, for myself, I'm starting to see a little bit of momentum, and having that little extra on the side has made a tremendous impact on my life already. So my final concern was I thought I needed to know a lot of people also. I'm a little bit of an introvert. So that was a big thing that scared me. I thought I needed like a big pool of friends, or like, I thought I had to be like a social butterfly in order to even start being successful in this business. And I think the way that I got started in the business proves me that I actually didn't need to know many people. Like I said, I'm kind of quiet. I keep to myself. I have a very small group of friends. And, it just started from me simply sharing with the people I knew, like my mom, for instance. And from there, listening to her need and her want to become, healthier, she got interested in it. And then from there, she heard her friends started hearing her talk about it, and then it just kind of escalated from there, you know, and then I got in contact with them and then helped them and so on and so forth. So it's, you know, just starting with the people around you, you know, and just sharing with them, and then from there, you know, the stories are going to get out, and then you're going to hear different needs from different people, and then, you know, just expand from there. So, you know, that's one thing that kind of eased my mind, and just seeing that, yeah, you don't need to know a bunch of people in order to be successful in this business. And then before I knew it, there were more stories just like that. And, you know, my business started growing slowly but surely, you know, and it was getting shared with people that had nothing to do with me. Like I said, my mom's friends that I didn't even know, or like even my fiance's friend and like some of his cousins were interested, you know, and it's just, it's kind of funny how things just traveled like that. So it's been quite amazing to see the impact and how much, you know, how many people you reach just by sharing like one story with one person. So yeah, so the bottom line is that it's not who you know, but who you know and who they know. All right, so I'm gonna get into how we get paid. Now, once I understood those three things that I just talked about, it was important for me to understand how we got paid, because that is, you know, a concern, right? So we get paid three ways. So the first way we get paid is in retail sales profit. So when I talk about retail sales profit, all we are doing is connecting the customer with the company. The company ships the product straight to the customer. So you're not holding any of the product, you're not carrying any of the product, it's just shipped to the customer. So that makes it so much easier, and I was so happy to know that. The company bills and collects, so you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with any exchanges or the money. And I can have customers in over 25 different countries around the world, which is pretty amazing. So I can build a global business with customers that I would have never known, which is pretty cool, I think. So the second way we get paid is bonuses. Bonuses are awesome. Who doesn't love a good bonus, right? So there are a lot of them in our business. I know I know for anyone who's working in traditional businesses, bonuses are few and far between, unfortunately. And it's rare that companies are giving up big bonuses unless you're giving away your life. So you're having to give up a lot of your time in order to get any sort of bonus. In our business, not only do you receive bonuses yourself, but when you help others achieve them, you are rewarded too. Like I said before, you're only successful in this business if you help others. So there's real encouragement about raising people up and helping them become successful in our business. Some of these bonuses start at $100 and $300, but some of these bonuses go up to $10,000. And it's pretty awesome to be a part of something like that. And the third way we get paid is called a performance bonus. So this is the residual income that's possible in your business when you get paid on a percentage of the volume of sales that goes through your entire business. So you're raising people up and helping them to build a business, and you get paid a performance bonus. This is the thing that has a standout from the crowd. So you're getting paid on a commission on that volume. So even when I'm traveling or life's happening and I can't tend to my business is still open, which is very different from traditional businesses where I have to show up in order to get paid. Like I mentioned before, I'm a personal trainer. If I'm not there training, I don't get paid. But if, you know, I'm too busy, life happens, my Juice Plus business is still making money. It's still working for me, even though, you know, I have to be busy and take care of other things, you know. And because everyone in my team, you know, has a vested interest in growing their own business, my business is growing with or without me, and it has the potential to do that for you too. So I'm just going to quickly share a little bit more about my story before we get to closing. So like I said, I've been in the business for just a little under a year now. And like I did mention, I was quite skeptical at first. I had been approached before by other companies or other businesses, you know, claiming that they can give you all the financial freedom in the world and this and that, but it never panned out and it never worked. And I was just like, no, not for me. So when I first started working at the studio that I'm working at now, Alyssa, she brought this up to me, and she was like, you know, as a trainer, this would be great for you, you know, just to share this, even with your clients, because I was intrigued by the products right off the bat. I thought the products were pretty cool. They made sense to me, and I was pretty excited to use them. I just wasn't sure about the business part of it. So I kind of was like, I'm not too sure about that. So I did sign up at first, because when you sign up, it's only like $50, which is not too much. And when, once you sign up, you can pretty much cover the cost of your own product. So I was like, okay, you know what, I'm just going to sign up just so I can cover the cost of my own product. And then, we'll see about the business thing. But as time went on, and, I was listening more and more into like these webinars and hearing everyone's business story and just seeing the impact it made on them. And then just also, going through my own struggles with life and finances, and just seeing that I need, the business training is great and all, but, in order for you to, really make a lot, you really have to put a lot of time and effort in. And it's really hard to, build that momentum, especially since it was my first year in training. So I started thinking, I need something else to kind of help me with that. And I started looking into this more and just realizing what a great opportunity this is. Not only am I helping people with their health and their fitness, I'm also helping people financially, and I'm also helping myself. And, it's not, one person climbing to the top. We're all helping each other out. And so I started taking it a little bit more seriously and being like, all right, let's do this. I'm all in, and let's get started. And then seeing, those paychecks come in, and then realizing, wow, this can be something big. This can be something that can really change my life forever. And it has been helping me so much. Like, I can't express enough, just having that little extra thing on the side. Even just putting in a few hours a week has made such a big difference and has taken so much of the pressure off of me. And I can't wait to see what the next year even has to come. And just the relationships also that I've built through this. I've met some pretty amazing people that, I am proud to call my friends, So I can't say anything more great about this. And, like I said, for $50, just to give it a shot, even just to cover the cost of your products, you don't have too much to lose from that. And I think, it's pretty incredible. So in closing, I just wanted to thank every one of you for being on, and I appreciate for the attendance and all the stories. Like I said, thank you, Jacqueline and Carmen. Those were amazing. And like I said before, it's normal to be skeptical. I was, but I think you can't deny the stories. That's the one thing about it, is that these stories are real and the impacts are real. And it's pretty incredible, once you really just sit there and listen to them. So yeah, in closing, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. And like I said, if anything resonated with you while you're, watching live, or if you're watching the recording, I urge you to reach out to the person who shared it with you to get your questions answered. For me, although I was still quite skeptical when I saw this, I asked myself one question: what if? What if this thing could work? What would an extra, $1,000 to $2,000 a month mean for me in my life? And what could that do for me in the future? I'm so glad I did. I'm honestly very glad. And like I said, I'm so excited to see what the future holds. And I'm not sure where my life, would be, my time, my money, my relationships. So I want to say to you guys, if you're looking to break out of what you're doing, often we have to we have to make a change in our life, and we've got to look outside the box. Right now, maybe this business is a little outside the box, and I know it's becoming more and more the normal because of social media, internet, word of mouth. It's the way we find out about things. So until then, I want to say a big thank you, and I hopefully will get to see you guys on the other side of this, maybe at a conference or at one of our big events. It's an amazing community. Like I said, I've grown so many beautiful relationships, and it's been an absolute pleasure to jump on and share with you guys what we're up to. And I want to wish you guys a great night. So that's pretty much all I had to